help you with the direction, but only you know if you have the grit.
I've done thousands of transactions.
I almost would recommend to somebody if they're thinking that it's something that they want to get into.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Moneyvation. Today's topic, we got Pete and Holly, obviously, and today we have our guest here. It's Nick, the man Swift. I just call him the man because I like him. You know, he's a cool dude. You know, and today's topic is going to be about entrepreneurship and how it might come across a lot of industries. Go ahead, Pete. What do you think? And
Well, I think we're here basically talking about how entrepreneurship plays into the music industry, which we have a couple of our agents and guests at Capital Realty Center here that have been in the music industry and around it. More importantly, Mr. Nick here used to be in the music production and actually doing some of his own songs. And we have Holly here who was actually on the radio. So I mean, we have some really good experience in the area. So I'll let Nick tell you about it. Nick, tell us a little bit about how you got started in the music industry and how that kind of transitioned you into entrepreneurship.
Okay, well, musically, we all got a little musical soul in our body. So I started off doing music probably around 15, 16 in battle rapping folks and everything, and then got on to doing probably 21, 22. I entered a contest called Rip the Right Rhyme. It was on Davey D and Tom Joyner in the morning. So it was a Rip the Right Rhyme contest, and I actually qualified for it. So I ended up having a rap battle at the SAC Convention Center against a guy from Dallas and a guy from Kentucky.
Wow.
I beat both of them, and after the show, a guy named Big O Meezy, who's with Sick With It Records, everybody knows, pulled me to the side. And
that's
was
E40's thing, right?
E40's
group.
And pulled me to the side and was like, hey man, we like what you did, you want to come hang out with us for a little bit? So I was about 2004. I did a lowrider tour with E40 and the rest of the gang. Did a couple tracks and songs with them.
hey, if you don't mind interrupting you, but
Yeah.
if you do battles, man, you got to be quick witted, right? You got to come with it as far as like being able to cap on people.
Yeah, you had to be pretty quick on going off. Talking crap about somebody.
So if I roll out, you're like a good dude to have on my side and stuff, because like, dude, I'll be quick with you guys. Like my wit sucks when it comes to like busting on people. Like I get like tore up. I'll be like
Like that guy, 20 minutes later, you're like, oh, I got the perfect comeback.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You're riding home and you stop the car. You're like, oh, his mama was so ugly.
right.
In the shower the next day, having an argument all over again.
You always win with yourself when you're in the shower the next
So,
day.
but like dudes with music experience, like rappers or like any battle experience, they're quick. Oh, this dude's bad.
Yeah.
I'll be like giving you a nudge. I'm playing.
You find out some people have it, some people don't. My younger days, it was a lot easier to do. But I started switching it out and started doing I started doing poetry and stuff like that. And we started putting music down. We created a group called Cat Biz with a fellow brother of mine, B Smooth, Jay Ali, who actually does a lot of background singing for a lot of old school albums. He's got a few things out. And then we started doing placements. So we had our songs on the Kardashians, Black Ink Crew Chicago, a few commercials, stuff like that. And just knocking out the park. I've worked with the Outlaws.
Hey, I bet you've had access to some of the baddest parties. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know?
But the best ones are the ones we don't remember.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Or I bet we're like not publicized. Like, you guys remember that one video by Tupac where Let Me See You Toss It Up, where they're all dancing with blowtorches?
Oh yeah.
I've always wanted to do that. I don't think I could do that in public.
That's probably one he doesn't remember.
Right.
There's a few that we've had. That you're like, you walk out of the building, you all look at each other and go, okay, listen, this never happened.
Right.
I wasn't even here.
Right.
Turn your phone off. But no, you run across some things, and then you see a lot of things that you don't want to see at some of these parties.
Oh, I bet.
And you want to walk out and be like, that changed my whole perspective and outlook on certain people and certain things. But it teaches you how not to be quick-witted with just music, but business. You go into somewhere as a party, you go to get drunk, you go hit a back corner, and just like that, you can link up with somebody if the words are right to do a song, to make a deal with something. You find a lot of collaborations at a party getting drunk.
Teaches you how to see opportunity in front of you.
Hell yeah.
And attack.
put you in the right
Oh, yeah.
state of mind, so your mind moving quick enough so you recognize those opportunities as they come.
Right.
Versus like going, oh darn it, I should have done that, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Now it's right in
Exactly.
front of you.
Right. And
Right.
you run across people in the industry where they're around so many yes men and yes women because they just want to be around that person that they don't expect you to say no sometimes. And in that situation, you say no and they go, well, wait a minute. Why you don't want to work with me? Why? So you get intrigued off of that, and then more people want to come work with you because you seclude yourself to things. Just learning the person that you're dealing with in the music industry. And the music industry's got a lot of dicks and assholes.
Personalities
That
yeah.
you wish you didn't have to deal with.
Oh yeah.
But it's fun all at the same time, and it turns you into a businessman, an entrepreneur, because one, you have to work with people, and then two, you get to run your own business or company if you do it right.
Right.
You have your own entourage, your own.
You produce a lot of your own music.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of our own productions, own engineering work, mixing. I can't take all the credit or much of the credit. I have to give a lot of it to Jay Intel and Amina Labs, who helps us out a lot. So, and he does a lot of the mixing and then design work, which are some things that we utilize here at the brokerage for flyers and stuff like that.
Well, and on that subject, it's really connected. That's how just what you guys just said. That's kind of how you guys connected, because obviously, like when you see a lot of videos or anybody who's into like the pop culture, what do you see? You see a lot of houses, really nice houses,
Right.
And it's kind of all connected in that way, right? Where hey, like you guys got a couple multi-million-dollar listings right now,
Yeah.
and maybe you guys hook me up and give me a little deal on those.
Well,
so, know what I'm saying?
the whole thing, it's like you said,
Yeah.
it's those connections that you make.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in real estate. Really, like all we're trying to do in real estate as realtors is get ourselves out there so people know about us. I mean, you could have the best idea, right, Holly?
Yeah.
But if nobody sees you, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So somebody like you, that's probably helped you quite a bit, becoming a realtor and get people know, oh my God, that's Swift Rilla, the rapper,
Well, not only that, but like him and your friend Otis, you guys brought in some nice good deals I heard about, and it's like you said, being around the right people, presenting it cool, you guys are drinking, you gotta come off tasteful. I'm a lender, I don't, I try to, you choose the right timing. If someone comes up like, damn, I gotta buy a house or I gotta sell a house, you're having a beer with them. Oh really? I'm a realtor.
Right.
That's what you guys do.
For the
What I'm
most
saying?
part,
Yeah.
real estate, people don't look for a realtor. They look for a friend.
They look for the person. They hire the
Right.
person, not the
They want
service.
somebody they trust. That they're, at the end of the day, when you get a loan or looking for a loan, you're giving all your information to
relationship
somebody.
business.
Oh yeah.
And you want to trust somebody knowing how much you have or how little you have.
Right.
Some people are like, man, I live big, and then we go get a loan and like, I ain't even for shit. But they don't want to tell everybody that.
Right.
So you make that connection. You go in and it's timing, a lot of it, and character. You might sit back and have a drink with somebody. And in our situation, let's talk about the music industry. There's a lot of money that floats around. A lot of money. They throw it to the fake strippers.
It can be fake money too. You
There's
can't
a
tell.
lot of fake money
right,
in
right.
there. I see a lot of the fake money.
Right.
But the money that's around, they don't have nothing to do with it because there's nobody to tell them, hey, there's this investment or there's something that you need to put away for. Because right now it's just the diamonds, the fancy bottles,
Oh, yeah.
and buying these cars. And I'll be the first to tell you, they're not buying these cars. All these Rolls Royce Phantoms and Bugattis and stuff, they're leasing them. It's a great tax write-off.
Oh,
But they're
absolutely.
leasing them. So they're giving a false impression of what they own, which also gives the false motivation to today's youth. So they're like, well, I just want to go do this because I want to buy a car. But that's not their car. They invested into something else. And some musicians invest into other stocks like Nipsey Hussle. A lot of people don't really know about Nipsey Hussle. But Nipsey Hussle started off as just this gangbanger from LA, rapping gangster stuff. People don't know he's invested into Bitcoin and a couple other currencies.
We were just talking about Bitcoin
Yeah,
the other day on the
yeah.
show.
Well, yeah, he makes
money.
he makes a really good point. I would say that most people have a misconception that these people are blowing their money, and a lot of them are very business minded. Like
Right.
Nick just said, and these are write offs. I spoke to
Yeah.
my accountant, and he's like, don't ever buy a Lambo. He's like, lease it.
Right.
It's a write off.
Right.
So yeah,
Everything.
exactly.
There's a saying from that show, Ballers, I want to say on this, but I don't want to swear, so I'm not going to say it. But it basically says if it drives, flies, or starts with an F, Lease it.
Lease it. Right, exactly. Lease it.
Lease
out,
it.
man. It's so much worth it.
Tax benefits are awesome. You know, if you own it, if you buy it, there's no, you can't write that off. Well, how do you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Think
it's a
about
loss.
it.
Yeah.
A Rolls Royce Phantom Ghost runs you what? 325, 345 right now, and that's a base car. You bought that.
That's a house on wheels, dog. You know.
As soon as you drive it off the lot, it's worth
And yep.
200 something thousand.
And none of it's right off. And none of
Nothing.
it.
You're
Yep.
losing
Losing
every 6
appreciation.
months.
Smart business advice.
What's the point of doing that when you could lease it for 3 years,
Yep.
give it back, tax write all of it off, and go get a newer Phantom in 3
And
years?
see, these are business concepts he uses in real estate now.
It is.
And
It is.
it's all applying. That's all making sense. And once you get past the diamonds and the
Right.
cars and all that stuff, you
Right.
really start to figure out that hey, the money at some point you're gonna pay some taxes on it. So you
Right.
got to figure out something. For
Exactly. Yes.
yourself. Holly.
Hmm.
So tell,
Oh God.
Yes.
this is our other co-host of the show.
When she's sober,
Kinda
she's
wanna-
awesome. I'm playing.
Yeah,
joke,
right?
joke.
The awesome Holly Bavard, not Holly Beaver, Sam.
Yeah,
Holly
not
Bavard.
Holly Beaver.
Sorry for butchering your name.
That's my other name.
You started off in radio as well. You were
I
in
did
some
a
local
brief
radio
stint
stations, right?
on radio, yes.
Yeah.
For me, it's more about that gave me a greater sense of self. Radio was something that I could finally do, that I could be me. I could be witty and I could be funny and I could say the things that maybe I didn't always have to worry about what I was saying. And people enjoyed it and liked it. And it gave me the confidence to then, I now kind of have the attitude that I didn't have prior to that, to where I can go up to somebody I don't really know and speak to them and talk to them. It kind of gave me this attitude of like, well, worst they're going to say is no, so might as well go and talk to them. And I also feel like when you have a greater sense of self, you have higher self-esteem, and then that rubs off on people as well, and people like that, and they interpret that well, and it's good for business.
So like what Nick said, so you think that helped you kind of be able to take advantage of opportunity when you see it?
Definitely.
Being quick-witted, did it help you become more quick-witted with things? And
Definitely.
especially when you're negotiating an offer, you want to be quick.
You want to be quick, and you want to be, it's this whole mixture of a personality, especially like when you're talking to like another agent and you're trying to get your deal accepted. Essentially, you want them to like you.
Right.
Because you want them to want to work with you. So when you can be witty and you can be quick and you can answer their questions and you can ask them about themselves or about something that relates to them, and you can kind of have this really smooth transitional back and forth, it benefits you, right? It doesn't come off as fake and it doesn't come off as trying.
You're genuine. That's
And
awesome.
thick skin too.
Yes, yeah. Say whatever
Well,
you want to me. It's not
Do
going to
you
bother
guys
me.
get like you guys run into a lot of, undesirable people that, sometimes you kind of have to bite your lip with in the industry?
Yes.
Oh well,
The grace and charm of saying nothing at all is a skill I am still working to develop as a female alone.
But wait,
in an
we love
industry.
everybody. We're supposed to love everybody.
And I do.
I mean, I gotta like
do.
you.
I love them all. God bless them all.
Right. What they say in the South? Bless your heart.
Bless your
Bless your
heart.
that's kind of like that's like the disclaimer of like with all due respect before you like start. Bless your heart, but you're
Right.
beep bleep in a beep beep blibbity beep.
A lot of it for me is I took a new perspective on it. So when somebody is more or less an asshole towards me, I then make a game of I'm going to get them to like me, or I'm going to get them to accept
Right.
my offer, or I'm going to get them to work with me, because that'll probably irritate them way more than me working with them is going to irritate me.
Right.
So I use it to my advantage. I've had agents before that are already kind of put off on me simply because I'm a female, and clearly female realtors are not as quick or smart as male realtors.
Some of the best realtors I know are female,
Thank you.
Right.
including the Holly Bavard right here.
But I mean, in all seriousness, so I use different things, different skills, different avenues. Sometimes I've even had male lenders give them a call and talk to them, and sure, it may look like okay, well they're just going to accept your offer now because they're talking to a man who knows what he's doing. But are they really, or did I just fool you into accepting my offer, you idiot?
Gotcha.
Right.
So yeah, you just use things to your advantage, and you just kind of make this game out of things, and in return, my life in general is much more positive because you can't really get me down.
Right.
Do you guys, just a question for both of you guys, do you guys ever have people that kind of just come up to you on the street and recognize you from your voice or your videos, or you got a lot of people that just kind of come up to you guys? I mean, sort of like local celebrities, man, in a way,
Not me. Radio was a long time ago, but I will say, so I did quite a bit on my Facebook.
Okay.
More recent, this is a God honest truth story. I'll make
A lot
it
of guys
fast.
asking if you're Facebook friends.
Oh, well, I've done videos on my Facebook about how I accept just about anybody. I network. I use the whole concept that Facebook or social media in general should be a private thing is so stupid. You're putting it on the internet.
Right.
It's not private.
It's
Right.
not.
That by nature, it's not private. So this whole thing of like, we don't have people you don't know. I don't know any of you guys on Facebook. I mean,
Right.
I know a very small portion
Well,
of people in person on
everybody's
Facebook.
everybody's who they want to portray themselves as.
Exactly. Well, and that's the
Right.
thing too. Is I don't put anything on Facebook unless you want to know it. So there's quite a few people like, oh, and they're making a lot of assumptions. I'm like, you've made that up yourself about me. Anything that's really truly who I am, that's personal and private to me, the general public doesn't know through my Facebook.
Exactly.
However, I was recognized just last night. Actually, I got a message through Facebook. I went to a basketball game, like a children's basketball game. And the ref found me on Facebook and added me, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize he was even the referee from that game. Added him, and then he hit me up and wanted to know if I recognized him, and it was creepy. It was
Right.
creepy.
You got to respect this
So you
game.
decided to favor your next
I'm
game.
playing.
And how awkward is the next game that I go to going to be?
You know, well, it's a whole other subject, but it's in a man's nature to try to get into in front of a girl one way or another. Introduce himself. But
May I also say this gentleman is 10 years younger than me.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow.
So.
Well, you're
Yeah,
like.
No,
girl.
that's not that. That's
Yeah.
gross.
So what is he like? 15?
Exactly. Child. He is a child.
Child.
Anyways, guys, kind of getting off topic here, but
I do get recognized, yes.
but
Just
you know
in a
that I
negative
think
way.
that helps us.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have half the experience you guys do. I did a couple small TV stints, but they were all financially driven when I was working for a financial company. But you do get. I mean, just because I don't know how many 6'4" Asian brokers there are out there in the world.
Right.
I get.
Probably like
Hey, you guys see the intro? That big old guy doing this? That's
Yeah.
this boy right here. That's boy right here.
Yeah,
So
and Nick,
yeah.
we play football together, so
Yep.
it's
Yep.
kind of like, hey, oh hey,
special guest
we have a
Diesel.
special guest, our office dog.
Diesel.
DJ came in.
Office manager.
The engineer. Checking sound crew.
But I get people that occasionally come up and they go, "Hey, you're Pete. You played on the Capital City Fury football team. I saw you on TV at the Guns N' Hoses game." And I just 2 weeks ago, the Guns N' Hoses game benefiting the
Right.
Firefighters Burn Institute.
Right.
We got calls. We got calls. From people saying, "Hey, you know what? We saw you on a channel on Comcast Sportsnet," and I had no idea it was televised. My whole family's calling me up and going, "Hey, are you a firefighter now? Because you have to be a firefighter." They made an exception for me. So, but anyway, it's just kind of cool because in our world of being in our business, we have to sort of be those people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it helps to be in the industries prior, like music and radio and a little bit of TV, just because it lets people know that, hey, we're the same guy, just different
Right.
shoes.
Yep.
Or we're wearing a different hat,
Well,
so to speak. Right?
yeah, and it's kind of cool. That goes back into networking. Like, you do have a lot of friends that are firefighters and cops, and hey, they got to see you side by side rather than just flat out soliciting them.
Right.
So
Exactly.
so
This morning, actually, a friend of mine suggested I go check out a cannabis vape company out here. They do, I'm not going to say the name of that, but they do the cartridges, and they send them out to all the clubs and stuff. And it's like, I'm thinking about buying a space and doing something like this. I said, cool. So this morning I went and checked it out. And as I went up to the gate and go to security, I said, hey, I'm here looking for so-and-so. I'm supposed to get a tour of the place. And he goes, okay, I'll be right back. And the security guy comes back. He goes, do you do music? I said, not really. He goes, you did music? I said, yeah, a long time ago. Do you know Mouthpiece? I said, yeah, I know Mouthpiece. Yeah, she's a soul singer and stuff. He goes, Swift. Right-handed guy. Swift. I said, yeah, that's me, little guy. Man, I met you at Graciano's, man. You was hosting the show, man. Hey, you be rocking out, bro. I do music. I'm trying to find a show venue, man. Can I get you my CD after this little tour? I was like, yeah. All right. So when he did the tour, come back out, and he trying to give me the CD or something, but I had already brushed my way out. But it's funny that brought up. I was just like, man, I got in the truck and I'm leaving. I'm like, how do you remember me? I didn't have this. I didn't have this back then. I was a baby face. I had a little butt face, baby. And instantly recognized me. And some days it's cool. Some days it's not.
Some days it's creepy.
I had a girl run up to me in Foods Co. With the wife. Granted, she'll tell you.
Oh no.
We was in lines. We was getting ready to clock out, and I heard Swift. Is that Swift? I turned around and it was this girl, and she's ran up, and this big old hug.
Oh boy.
It's like
You're looking at your wife.
I don't. A patient woman.
oh, she at that moment,
or somebody
she was. I
hypnotized.
could feel it. I could feel it like
That
she
moment
had
you
a.
were in trouble.
Oh, I was done for, and I could feel the movement of her in the.
You felt the air pressure.
And I was like, oh, she used to do promotion for us. Alicia, this is my wife. She's like, oh man, we love his music. When you gonna do some other stuff? The whole ride home was a silent ride home.
Oh man.
And so yeah, those moments suck.
Yeah.
And are creepy. And to this day, it's brought up, and she likes to crack on it. So
I
Yeah.
think, but to an extent though, she has to understand. That's who you are. I mean, you're the one and only.
You put on this
Swift.
personality.
I mean, there's only, there's only so much you to go around.
She's been to shows. She's seen, and she understands it. When I was in my 20s, I had to do the sex symbol rapper thing. That's what I thought I was. I was like, yeah, let me rap these bars and let me go out and touch y'all, and it was cool. I was like at a party.
Right.
As I get older, it's boring. I'd rather be home now.
But you still use those connects, obviously. That's
Always.
that's how you get business. So it's not
Always.
like you still built some relationships there that you can still use to this day.
In real estate, it's a relationship business. I mean, and honestly, it goes a long way. I know in my business is 90% referral, and
Which
a
is
lot
the goal for everybody, right?
I
You
think
wanna
that's
get the
every
majority of your
realtor's goal,
business
and I could proudly say that.
referral.
I could proudly say that, and I think you guys can agree with me that being a genuine and honest person and being a good person, no matter what industry you're in, speaks volumes about your
It
character.
goes a long way.
And that truly helps being an entrepreneur. I run a lot of different businesses, but primarily real estate, and I get people that that I hear in the background that talk about me and you guys even being my agents, about how solid you guys are, about how good of people you guys are, about how we run a good operation. And occasionally there's people out there that are quote unquote haters.
Oh yeah.
But for the most part, you're gonna have those. And I would say you're doing something wrong if you don't have haters.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been a serial entrepreneur, and I used to own a restaurant, bar and grill in Carmel, and I had a lot of big names. That's how I got my most exposure ever to the music, and because it's a venue. Who can you bring to your venue to bring in the people?
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I got to see a lot. It was pretty cool. I even wanted to do the blowtorches in my own club, but I thought I thought
Liability was too high.
yeah, I owned the place, so the
You
fire
can do it in your office.
fire department probably come and shut me down. So I was like, damn, all right, I gotta put these away. I'm playing. But what I was getting to is, it's funny because people who know me back then, it's like I've had so much different businesses, and they know that I own my own lending company now, But hey, I still go back and touch base. What are you doing now, Sam? I'm a lender, bro. Do you need to buy a house?
Yeah.
But
So
the cool thing about that is you've shown the steps of going from the bottom to owning something, then back to the bottom. And doing something
good point.
else.
Yeah.
And you're giving people that hope and the motivation of saying, well, I'm stuck at this job. I don't think I'm going anywhere. Obviously, I can't do anything higher than what the supervisor is, or he gets paid.
Oh, yeah.
What do I want to do?
Mhm.
And they look at you, or Holly, or Pete, or I, and they go, well, I can do something else. And that's kind of why I came over, was he knew music. I love music and everything, but there's no real retirement in music.
Right. Yep.
Because majority of everybody was broke. And Pete knew what I was doing. I had the potential of doing something else. Something that could leave me with no ceiling. I can go. And there's no stopping me. And this was it.
Yep.
So for me, not only is this good for myself, but I'm also reaching out and reaching back to a lot of people that are in the music business who feel like, okay, well, I'm not making anything in production. I'm not making any albums. I'm putting too much into it. Go, well, come use what you have in that. Radio. I mean, radio, you have to be able to have somebody like you and deal with you, because not only are you talking to just the people, but you're talking to the sponsors and the reps that come in, because you're the face or the voice of that sponsorship when they speak. And that's you're doing the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when they see us or hear us, they go, well, wait, they're doing good, and they were down here with us at one point.
Yep.
I can go do that.
Right.
And
right.
I don't have to conform into something that I'm not. You know, I told people when I first started, I said, man, I ain't wearing no suits, though. Man, I said, I ain't wearing no suits, man. I'm a hood cat, I ain't wearing no suit. He said, that's cool. For real? I don't? No, wear what you want. They're your clients.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what you're going to go do. You represent
Your
yourself
business.
the way you want to be successful. And then I kind of had to sit back and go, oh, he just hustled me. Now I got to go buy a suit. You know, because it's how you want to represent
Then you're like,
yourself.
dang,
Yeah.
I look good in a suit.
I look good. And then I showed up in the suit one day. He's like, man, you look good in a suit. Even moms had.
I do the same stuff with my 2-year-old. It's classic.
Hey guys, forgive me. We had a little technical difficulties. This camera just went out, so you two are going to be sharing this one, guys. Go
Okay, no worries,
get
no
in touch.
worries.
Get in
No
touch.
worries.
There you go. There you go. All right. All
Also
right.
on the same football team, guys.
All right. Let me put you guys on camera here. Hold on one second. But that's this is basically what they look like at the club when they're drinking together. Right here, right? Hey, bro, what's up? I'm playing. Yeah, exactly. Right. So cool. But no, guys, cool, man. That's it, man. I really like this podcast. We spoke about a lot of cool stuff, man. And hey, you know, like you says, you know, this is a good business to get into, and we can help a lot of people, you know, and this is the way to go. And here we go.
Always a technical difficulty.
It's me. It's
And
my
other
fault,
podcasts
not these
also
guys.
have
Right?
technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
But no, hell yeah! I want to thank Holly. I want to thank Pete. I want to thank Nick, man. And this has been a fun podcast. And I look forward to having some more with these guys and bringing some more guests. And you guys want to say anything else?
Yeah,
Parties,
I want to say, guys, if you guys are thinking about entrepreneurship and going for your goal, this is the time to do it. Whether you're in the music industry or thinking about the real estate industry, both, don't lose focus of that. Go for it.
Definitely.
Cool. All right, guys. Peace.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.